Alright, I'm back from Planet Coaster, and today we're going to be doing a bunch of little things in preparation for doing this section and possibly moving over to do that section, I would say, because I have an idea for the Colosseum, but it's not quite grounded yet, so I still have to work on that in my head before I start to build it, because I want to make sure I can keep building it once I start it. Now, I was looking at these shops and facilities in the fairy tale section because I wanted to add some more houses here, but nothing similar to what we've been making, but more fantasy, I guess you could say. Now, when I was looking at these, I was thinking of the ability to take out, obviously, the little entrance to the shops or whatever, and possibly replacing this red brick at the bottom with the white that we've been using, since this follows a very similar path of what we've been doing. So I'm going to actually do that now, and let's see how much this messes up. I'm okay with those windows being there for now. We could always swap them out with some other fairy tale looking thing. I do not like that window being there at all. Oh, what did he do? Sink those in? Or we turn those sideways? Oh, that's clever. I never thought of that. What are those half? Oh, those are... Oh, jeez. Let me just go find it in the menu. Was it cast or was it rustic? It had to be rustic, wasn't it? Yeah. I just want to see how these look. So far, it's alright, I guess. Why is there a gap there? Why are there always these little gaps? Pisses me off. That was an archway there. That's actually kind of nice. We'll keep that there just for now, just to see. Put that there. I don't know how I'm feeling about those windows. Might have to swap those out for something. Although they are different, and they do kind of fit. Somewhat. Not too much. But just enough. If I put some trim at the bottom of these, what if I line the whole thing with those flowers? Had like an extra... If I do Control D, let's just Control Exit. And what if I did one here? And then I did this as well. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Control X this as well. Let's turn on angle snap, actually. Why is my grid sizes so messed up here? What was I doing? Yeah, Control Exit. Come on. Get with the game here. Use your brain. Those would be nice trim all the way around, actually, if I can get it to just... How far does he have those sticking in? Like halfway? Then that should fit in nicely right there. You know what? That is not bad at all. Then I could put like a regular trim there, maybe swap out the door, and just have a nice, compact little house here. I'm pretty okay with that. What wood is that? I like that. Natural wood. Okay, have to remember that. Because it's going to be a mix of placing these in, mixing in my own built houses, hopefully. Because this has got to run pretty much up here. So it's going to be a bit of copy and paste and added in some things that already exist. Mostly because this is basically what I wanted anyways. So let me just Control Exit. Just easier that way. Do I want a little wooden barrier right there? Possibly. So just stick that out to like right there. That's a very clever idea of having those around the edges. I like that a lot. That window though, can you change? Oh, you can change the colors of it. Yeah, green is not. Green is not something I want there. If I did black and like bluish, I don't know, just to see. So I'm trying to fit it in with those windows. Because black isn't really black for the windows, I've noticed. It's sort of like a dark brown. Well, I mean, obviously, but you know what I'm trying to say. Shut up. There we go. Now where is that? Can I just drag that trim down? Can you go behind there? No. Can you get pushed out door? Oh boy, I don't know if I'll be able to grab that. Oh, okay, yeah. Can you poke out a bit, door? Yeah, there you go. Why were you so in? Maybe it was because of the wall material, or it was because of that. Possibly. We just sink that in ever so slightly. It's like right there. Might keep the door just to see what it looks like. Okay, so we can bring you to there and then bring you down. And there we go. To me, that looks good. And I can just throw the little plant hanging off the side and a light there. Because I want this to face towards the water. So this window has to look decent. That's going to go there. So we're just going to finish up doing these around the whole edge of the house. Just because I really like how that is. Unless... Let's see, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here, actually, before I continue with this, in case if I change it. What am I gonna do with this? So we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna delete this, because I don't want that in there. And if I just close that off, and made that another door... So, one could be the front door, one could be the back door. Turn camera, thank you. That might work. And the other thing I was planning on doing today, until I got this idea. Push that out just enough. Okay, good. Let me just stop for a second. I was going to terraform that into being the rest of the pirates section, which I will. And I have an idea. If it's gonna pan out, I'm not really sure, but something's telling me to use this as part of something. This little lip. All I can say is, think of Solitude. If you know where that's from and what that's about, what I'm talking about, then you'll kind of understand what I'm saying. If not, well, you'll be left in the dark. And I don't mean solitude as in the literal sense. It's from a game. I hope that made it a little easier for you. Alright, let's get to doing this again. You just bring that down, actually. Yeah, that's why I like Control-Xing and not doing that. Yeah, my grid size went down again. I don't know why it does that. I thought that was just my imagination. Oh, maybe it switches it because it was the last used grid size for this building before I placed it down. I think that might be what it is. Oh yeah, I need that wooden support. Just to move that over and down. To there. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's move this over just slightly. Yeah, we'll do something else for here. I don't want to just copy that, because I want this to be like, this is the front door sort of thing. Well, depending on what side it looks like when I'm done. Yeah, we'll see. Here, maybe I'll do something else besides those flowers. Is there any other, like, trim? Would be in here, wouldn't it? Because it's in Fairy Tale. Maybe different flower pots. I remember it being in here. It has to be. I'm probably wrong. Nope, there's one. It's a different one. What if I just placed it just up against the edge instead of flipping it on its side? Okay, there's all these things. Yeah, those would just... I got plenty of options. So I just went along and built those anyways along the side, see what they look like, and I liked them the way they were. So for a first house, we'll just keep that. Can I lower you? Because that's just going to get on my nerves if you're not. There's a gap there on each side. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't lead to nothingness. So that's okay. See, I thought it went through into just the void of the inside of the building. So that I'm okay with. Nope, don't want to duplicate it. Since this is just a regular house, I want it up near the water. Something like that. Or do I want it like this? Yeah, we gotta get rid of that window in there. I'm sorry. That bird window is really just ruining everything for me. I gotta find something else. Okay, so I've added a torch there instead of our normal lights, because that makes sense, doesn't it? And I've noticed, annoyingly, none of these are touching the ground. Probably to fill in gaps for that, which is annoying. So I gotta fix that. Also, I found these little storm lights. Gonna go down to about here, and I've added them on all these buildings for the pirates, because I figured that fits. Not up there though, because it has its own light. Because I figured that fits pretty well. And I was debating, and I decided not to. I figured this didn't need a centerpiece, because I feel like that's sort of the centerpiece that you look through and you see. Even though it's not technically in the center, this is just a big empty space. Which I'm okay with. But next thing I have to do is at night, later, is fill these in with torches and tiki lamps and shit along the walkway. Maybe a bench or two. Maybe a bench along here. So you can sit there near the water. And probably add a couple, maybe a boat or two in here. On the outside. Gotta design little things of this. And probably just finish... that's probably fine the way it is. I'm not gonna mess with that. But this was gonna be an extra little wall just to block off the pirate section. So it was gonna be like one of them little walkways. It would look similar to pretty much this. And, you know, just to have it sectioned off. There we go. Nothing's floating anymore. That's nice. Oh, wait. Did I fix this one? Nope. I missed that one. Just one thing. There we go. Not going to be perfect. Lined up with each other anymore, but that's okay with me. I'm happy with how that turned out, altering what was already there. So, I'll probably be doing that more as we go along. Take the angle snap off. We're just going to move it to like right here for the moment. Because I have to build this thing. This is its own thing, right? Yeah. Which shouldn't take too long. It's not going to be very large. Just something small to wall off this thing. And we'll put one here too, just because. I need a large 4-space castle wall. So take off. Wait. Oh, that's because I'm in there. Go to all. One day I'll get used to this menu system, I promise. There, now I can start knocking away. Whoops. Turn that intensity down a bit. Jeez. I can start knocking this away from behind the wall. So that leaves me the opportunity to add in some moss growing here. Which will be pretty nice. Once I finish this, of course. Isn't there a curve, not a curve, but like a triangular piece of the wall that's very small that I could use? Yeah, just like... What's that look like? Too much. You have a smaller version of that? Perfect. Because I'm going to have to add in the staircase, and I don't know how that's going to look here, so here's to hoping that it doesn't look like shit. Well, if I could just lower that. Turned out pretty okay. Wish it could be a bit closer to that, but that's fine. It's not something you're really going to be able to walk on, so I wonder if I could just squeeze this in. Just as like a... Yeah, there we go. I'm okay if that sticks out a little bit. And then I need... Actually, we need this again. So we could line it up with this. Again, it's not going to be anything special. Just something small to block this off. We just need the little tiny castle wall pieces. Once I find those. Take a while. There we go. Maybe the ones that hang over. Might be more of an impact to that. Oh yeah. If I can lower that a bit. Yeah, because it's kind of like they're covering it from the pirates. With the higher walls. Whoa, camera. I went over water. It's freaking out. Hey, that's a little too high there. Actually, no, it's not. That's what I wanted. Because this isn't really meant to be walked on as much. There's going to be little bits of things up here, but nothing too crazy. Similar to how we've been doing it, pretty much. It's like storage. But I just wanted like a complete section of wall off the pirate section. And I think that turned out pretty good, because now, actually, I want to go back in here. So I go into the trees, and I go here, and we take off the filter of the fairy tale. We add in some ivy. Trying to figure out which one looks the best. Something crazy like this, probably. Be okay. Probably vary it up as we go. There, I think that turned out pretty well. For that to be blocked off. Maybe I should add... Well, what? Thought I was in this menu. Maybe I should add it just coming up just a bit over this. Just a bit. Nope, down. Can you go down? Can you do that for me? Do I have to take that align to surface off for you to do that? Or whatever, I can just control X. Just bring it down like this. There we go. And we'll still do little touch-ups here and there around the edges, because that's still got to be done just fine. But we're trying to move forward here with this. We're not trying to be stuck there forever. Yeah, so that house can go here. What if I duplicated it? See, I think if I duplicated it and put it in the same spot, it would look weird. So we'll probably build a secondary one, similar how we did that first one. But yeah, that's right. I do have it still typed in. That is good to know. Something small like this too would be nice. That I got to alter up. And just, you know, change everything. So what I'll do is I'll just place this down, not connected to there. Get rid of. Actually, no. We're gonna keep that for a second because I have an idea for that. We'll get rid of this. We're gonna move this over because that'll be part of the Colosseum. So you just go over there. And what else? Something ridiculous like this that we can alter up. Change the colors of that shit so it's not so ugly. We'll set. Where do I want that to be? I want it to be in here, definitely. Maybe on the corner. I'm just moving it far enough away so it doesn't stack onto that. And I was thinking of saving these little hut ones for the other side. which would be the little village in the forest. It would look different. What else do we got? We have this. Because most of these aren't going to be shops that you can go into. Because it's really like, there's really nothing, no point. I have enough shops, I think, for the most part around here. Although there really isn't shops this way, so that might be a good way to sneak some in. Besides the few I put along here. So you know what? I might have just changed my mind on that. What is this? Hat shop. Well, again, we can change that, lower the porch, or add on to that. I don't know what they're doing. Swap out those walls. I do like how that's on the roof. But that's gonna go. This one could also be changed. So we'll put that there. This, nah, it's too much. Doesn't fit in with what I'm doing. Large fairy tale entrance. I believe I put this down before. Yeah, that's not gonna work. As nice as that is, I don't believe that works anywhere. Imagine if I put that as like the entrance to my castle on the thing, on the little island here, that would be okay. But nah. What's this? This should be the entrance to getting into the forest. Like something like right here. Yeah, I think I made the heart way too big on this for me to be able to do this. But that's what I made, so we're going to stick with it and see if we can fill the whole park in before my game dies. Which should be okay. Now there was one thing that I really wish I could just place here at the end, but that would probably piss so many people off, and by that I mean like 3 people that actually comment on this from time to time. Let me go find it. I don't know if it was in here. I think it was in track rides. Oh yes, this. Why it's in nighttime in the picture, I'll never know. It's very confusing. Makes it look sinister. This. That would be the perfect end if I just put that on the water. Because I wanted a castle in the park. That would be fucking amazing if I did that. I just want to see what that looks like from a distance, okay? God, that'd look amazing. But it's just, you know, I want to make something like that. And I was going to have a roller coaster instead of the go-kart track, but holy shit, does that look amazing. God, it pisses me off that I can't use that. I really want to fucking steal that. That's like that is the perfect centerpiece for what I want. But sadly, we can't have that. I messed that up, so that's just gonna go like that. I've noticed the game's starting to finally struggle whenever I do this now. Over certain spots. Took that long, surprised. So I moved the staff building over to here just to get it out of the way for now, while I try to figure out what to do with this path system, because I do want this to cut up and in through here, and we'll probably alter this so it sticks out way more, so I don't have to be building 10,000 things here. So it'll be more like going through here up along the side than it will be for anything. But this needs to be the main path. Once I get the right, was it 7 I think I used? I think so, but that's definitely not the right texture. There we go, it was 7 for the width. This is just a roundabout idea. If I want this, don't worry, I can change any time, but it's just to give me some sort of simple idea about what's going on and where things are going to go. That'll probably not stay, just so you know. Which that would be the perfect spot to put this in here. It's not in the way of the view. And I just have to get rid of those shops. Or I might leave them there. You never know. But we'll move these out of the way for now. Do that, and then for now, you get to stay there. I really like how that looks though behind the intense. Gives you that sense of scale as you walk towards it. Now this, real quick, I am going to just buff out. What if I just flatten the foundation? Like a quick solution that we can just touch up later. Just something quick. Just to fill that in. Actually, I think it should be a little higher. It's okay, we'll make it look decent. Don't worry. I say that all the time. Trust my process in making things. Look how shitty that looked whenever I first started building it, and then look at the end result. Personally, that's my favorite thing I've ever built in this game. So, that's my one bragging point, it's that. Okay, no, not that strong. Let's turn down the intensity of that just a bit. Raise the size up because I want to drag it down. Just so you sort of mesh with the ground. This is a quick solution, something we'll touch up more as we get to it. So there's that. Now I wonder if I could, well, I was trying to add this in. I know it looks like the perfect spot to, oh well, actually, oh man. I'm scared, is that gonna fuck it up? No, it doesn't? Maybe? I don't know. That looks ugly as hell. No. Now that'll just be decoration, because that... Why you would put those two so close together? I have to do one more. Control Z, because I just saw the little bit, just to make sure. There we go. Why you put them so close together to where I could make a path go through, and then it looks ugly as hell? I can make a fake path going through, which is probably what I'll do. And I could do something weird with this. If I put it over the hip now. I was thinking maybe just like a weird turn to it. I just could connect in. Trying to make it not look so ugly. So I get some extra space to build some scenery here. Then we just have to connect this up, which shouldn't be too bad. I think I may just keep all those shops there. Maybe it's like a central hub for shops on this side. Maybe dot them in through here, because I could have it cut across that if I want to, which is still up in the air. But yeah, we're definitely going to be swapping these out with this style in the time lapse that we saw all those buildings done. Man, this game's really struggling whenever I zoom out. It's never done that before. I must have just hit like a threshold of too much. Surprisingly, it runs better whenever I have the game running. How the fuck does that make any sense? I don't understand that. But yeah, on to the time lapse where I fix all these up and probably design this all up in one episode. Hopefully. No guarantees, because every time I say that, it doesn't get done. So yeah, till next time.